Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back with a body cam, man. We got today's body cam trip with girlfriend's dad ends and crime scene. What you think we in store for today? You think the dad did something, or you think he did something to the dad?
To her dad?
Yeah.
Probably the dad did something and he done got tied into it. Or maybe the dad was going to do something and done dragged you into it to come help him. I don't know.
So
These be so crazy, so I don't know.
You went in a whole different direction than I was.
We'll see.
Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Man, let's get into it. Let's check those out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I just said, if I ever see another bruise on her, I said I won't be having words with you.
You wouldn't just save me. The seed has been planted in my head that I'm questioning about my father as well, because...
The last one with him?
Yep.
Oh,
on October 28th, 2000.
Hold on.
So,
what?
It sounds like it's the total... It sounds like... Okay.
So he did something
to the boyfriend, sound like.
The dad.
I don't know.
You wouldn't just save me. The seed has been planted in my head that I'm questioning about my father as well, because...
The last one with him?
Yep.
On October 28th, 2022, the Crow Wing County Sheriff's Office received a report about a missing man in Merrifield, Minnesota.
Sheriff's Office. Hi, I inquired previously about trying to find someone, and I'm still not finding any information. I would like to file a missing persons report.
The report came from 19-year-old Cordelia LaFlex, who told deputies her boyfriend, 23-year-old Bryce Brogel, had vanished 2 days earlier after leaving with her father to unload a trailer. The couple had just moved from Washington State and were staying at the home of Cordelia's father, 45-year-old Michael LaFlex. Responding to her missing persons report, deputies made contact with Michael LaFlex later that same day at a storage unit in Merrifield. The location he claimed was the last place he and Bryce had been together.
Just start again with what happened there.
So we came here, we unloaded, we pulled out. Yeah, they went to Arizona first. Somewhere, he wouldn't let us know where they were at. Somewhere in southern Arizona. And then from there, they were there beginning of August, I think. And then they headed up to Washington. Again, he wouldn't let us know. Cordelia said to me it was somewhere near a small town near Spokane. That's all I ever got out of it. And they just came back.
And they got back on Wednesday?
Yes. We got back Wednesday. And...
Do you know about what time they showed up?
5:15-ish.
Okay.
At 5. I was putting laundry in. I was washing my sheets so Cordelia could out my bed. She asked if she could stay with me while Bryce stayed somewhere else. And so I said, why don't you...
They not get along, or?
I don't care for him much.
Okay.
And it's not that I would never throw somebody out on the street for that, for not liking him. But he didn't want to go stay at my mother-in-law. He wasn't going to stay there because they don't like him. Last spring, when he came to stay with us in March and stayed with him, there was a lot of verbal abuse towards Cordelia. There was a time where she came down with a big bruise on her face, which she said that was wrestling. My other daughter said it could be that, but it was not, and then heard her crying. So there's always been the fighting and him being that way, but she just knows that I didn't care for him that much, and he didn't, he doesn't want to be where he's not liked. Oh yeah, yeah, we unloaded all that stuff back there.
Okay.
This here too, I don't see anything else up here, it's mostly back there. What was left in the trailer was 2, like the dish baskets that had toiletry kind of stuff in it. He said to leave them in there, and then there was a black garbage can that was empty.
Okay. So you guys...
You think Popson took things into his own hands?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
It's just... How can you explain that, right? like you go from last person to see you with him is your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter can attest to that, and then now all of a sudden
He's missing.
doesn't make sense to be able
Something
to
doesn't add up.
explain why, you know.
You drove right up here from the house.
Yes.
Unloaded. About how long did that take?
Oh, 45 minutes maybe. You know, maybe. Because he was, he was looking at stuff and trying to figure out if he was going to keep something or take something. And I think there was one bag in there too, clothing bag or something.
Okay. And then you left here.
We left here.
And where did this interaction occur?
It happened just right out here. We got out, got just down, started to get up to speed, and the lights came on, and it happened right down here.
And you said you're not good with cars, but you don't know what they were?
It wasn't, the one was a small, kind of like your size there,
Okay.
or something that size. I tell you the truth, I didn't see what the make was of that one.
But there was lights on them?
No, there was
emergency lights?
Yeah, there was the ones that come up front. I didn't see anything up top, but there was the ones that came on there, and then the car looked, it was kind of a dark gray, and it kind of looked like the new Taurus.
Okay.
But I'm not 100. Like I said, it came by like that and pulled in front of the vehicles, and they put him in the back seat. And the other one up, the officer walked around, got in the car, passenger seat, and they left. And then they came back to me. The other two came back to me. The one came to my side, let me out, took my caps up, and said, "Is this vehicle registered to you?" And I said, "Yes, it is."
Which vehicle did you end up in?
The white one.
The white.
The white Ford Escape.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Bryce ended up in which one?
The dark gray, whatever it was.
He was driving the white
Yeah,
Escape.
yes.
But which vehicle did you end up
Oh, the SUV.
Okay, and Bryce was put in which one?
The gray car.
Taurus.
Taurus looking.
And was there a cage in this car?
Not in the one I was in. It looked from the inside. It was plain Jane. It had a small in the center on the center console. It had a.
He's trying to say police pulled up on him.
He trying to say that once they pulled out of this storage unit, like they got up and around, some emergency lights came on and they was pulled over. He trying to say that I guess the officers got out the car. They was in two different cars.
Yeah.
They got out the car, asked Bryce. I don't know.
It just don't make sense, bro.
Put Bryce in handcuffs. Asked him, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, he said they put Bryce in the bag. Whatever. They took he was cuffed too, but they ended up taking his cuffs off. It was like, "Are you registered? You the registered? You're the owner of this car?" Yeah, let him go.
But why not let Bryce go?
That makes no sense. What reason? What reason did they say they arrested Bryce for? Did you violate any traffic? Like, what are we talking about?
What?
Because this don't even make sense. And if this is something that it don't make sense right now, it doesn't make sense.
And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how you know he's lying. The shakiness in the voice.
Small, looked like computer or something, but it was folded down.
Okay.
I was,
Did he say anything to you when Bryce?
No, he didn't. I mean, when we left here, he said thank you for your help, and that was it.
Did you guys have any other conversation?
No, I mean, I asked him on the way up here how the drive was. He said nice, decent.
Okay.
It really. I didn't care to talk with him. I mean, most of the time we've ever talked, and I can show you messages where I've never, except for one time last spring, I didn't see the bruises. My mother-in-law did. My daughter did.
Something that's kind of strange to me too. Say for instance, you don't really care for Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who asked who to go with them, but if you ask Bryce to go with you, then that's strange because you don't like him. So I'm not asking you to come help me. And also, like, me just being me, like if I know you don't like me, it's a difference. Like you don't like me, but you be talking about me behind and I don't really know. You be smiling in my face to kick in, whatever. But if I know you don't like me, I'm not going anywhere with you. But if he doesn't know you don't really care for him like that, he probably, get like a little cold shoulder from you, but don't think that it's on that type of level. then I mean, maybe he would have took the trip with you. But I'm just trying to see how he ended up with you. Did you ask him to come with you, or did he need help with something?
Yeah.
Like,
It just don't. Nothing's adding up
I'm
to
just
make
trying to
any
figure out how
sense.
y'all even, like, I understand he stays in your house.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
I just said, if I ever see another bruise on her, I said I won't be having words with you. And that was the end. But there's been so much conflict from his side, and I can show you messages where, and I didn't respond. And
This shit don't make sense, bro. Now you trying to paint it. It's because you
We'll get more info.
right now it's trying to validate that he's very abusive to your daughter, right? You keep insinuating about the abuse. To me, that already indicates what have you done?
Mm-hmm.
Because you keep talking about the abuse. It's a missing person case.
Right.
It's not a domestic violence case.
Yeah.
So why are we even bringing that up?
Mm-hmm. And what is the correlation with the DV and the pullover? The two don't correlate. I'm just trying to understand what's happening.
Yeah, because why are we talking about the violence? But also it's a possibility he was kidnapped by some random police officers that handcuffed y'all. And then you say, hey,
any bad way, but just...
Did Cordelia not want to come with, or what was the deal? How come she didn't come with?
Said she was smelly and stuff and needed to shower.
Okay.
Bryce said on the way back that he had a feeling that somebody was going to get arrested when he got back here. She said the FBI. Cordelia actually did.
Does he have any reason to
just disappear?
Or make it look like he's disappeared?
I don't think so. I don't think, no. I mean, she said they were going to be going back to Montana to work. And that they were, I mean, he was very, what's the word, possessive about her. And, he was, all her phones, or all her emails and everything went through his phone so he could watch who she was talking to. I think her Facebook, everything was going through his phone, so he could screen everything.
Right. So what you're telling us is that the last you saw him, he was in a unmarked type squad car.
Yep.
You believe he was being arrested?
Yes, it was a dark gray, what I believe to be a Ford Toyota. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And you've never had his phone, you weren't in possession of it today?
It was in the vehicle.
Okay.
I took it. I did take it. And I just wanted my daughter to get away from him. I didn't want her to,
You know what it sound like?
Yes.
Cordelia told her father
he had been abusive.
No, told her father that they were moving back. Well, they were moving to Montana, moving back to Montana, going back to Montana, whatever the case may be. Just what the information is being provided.
Okay.
And with everything that's been going on, right? With the DV, you feel like he's controlling, he's possessive, whatever. And him saying that he sees these different bruises on her, the sister possibly seeing these different things, and he thinking that like, you're doing this to my daughter. I guess his thing was, I'm going to have to handle this situation before y'all leave, because there's no way I'm letting you go back with him. And he took matters into his own hands. Sound like. Because why would you have his phone? Why would his phone be in your car? Because 9 times out of 10, if I'm getting my phone in my pocket or something like that.
Or give your phone to him and then tell, hey, make a phone call when you...
I won't even have to do that because Cordelia stay with you. So all I would have to do is go home and be like, hey, daughter, this happened. I shouldn't have to call you.
No, I'm talking about him.
Bryce.
I'm saying Bryce to make a phone call. Hey, here's your phone. Because at the end of the day, even if you feel like he's getting arrested, even if you don't like him, hey, here's his things, officer. I don't know, like...
But he said, yes, the phone was in the car. I took it.
And I don't... Man, just tell these people what you did with them, man. And so they can get some type of closure.
Yeah.
After him, but that's just it.
It was in what vehicle?
It was in mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with it?
I put it in the trash.
Okay. Where?
In Brainerd.
Where in Brainerd?
Holiday. Yeah.
In the dumpster?
Yes. No. In a garbage can.
Like in the gas?
Yes.
Which one?
I believe the center one. Yeah, the center one, the closest aisle. It was sitting on the center console, and I was scared, to tell you the truth. I was scared of the whole situation, and I wasn't sure. I was afraid, honestly, of somebody tracking it and coming after my daughter.
When did that happen? After he was taken?
Yeah. What? Wasn't he with the phone?
Yeah.
I had it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was afraid. I told my daughter yesterday, I said, just wherever you're going, let me know. If you're going here, going there, I was afraid.
When did you drop it in?
I dropped it tonight.
Okay, on the way to your sister's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't concerned about you guys. Actually, I think I dropped it before I knew she was even coming to see you guys.
Okay.
I
appreciate you not
telling
us that.
Yeah,
like I said, that's a lot of times.
It was laying there, and I was afraid. I was afraid for my daughter when this all went down. I was worried that somebody was grabbing her.
So it was in the car after they took him?
Yes, that phone was sitting on the center console when I hopped back in it.
Okay.
And I was just like, there it was, and I was like.
But what I can tell you is now, with what you've told me,
Yeah.
I need to take possession of the phone to make sure nothing gets destroyed.
No, there's nothing.
And what I'll do now
Yeah.
is I get a search warrant for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
And we'll still get it back.
Yeah, I just.
And I'm not saying that I think you're guilty or
Yeah.
anything like that. If what you're telling me is true, Mike,
Yeah.
then your phone's gonna help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna show where I stopped and show.
It's gonna show exactly it's gonna show me where you were that night.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
as long as what you told me is
Yeah.
the truth, you got nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
But it would be remiss of me not to try.
Does that stuff still ping?
Location.
If your phone is cut off, like if you physically cut your power off?
No. Like if you physically turn it off.
Like if I turn it off
it's not
before,
connecting.
but it's still on me, but I turned it off.
It's not connecting.
Mm.
But then as soon as you power it back on, it shows where you immediately connect to.
Okay. Because my thing is, if you feel like the people that stopped y'all and arrested him were police officers, what are you afraid of? Like if they're police officers and he's talking about, I think I may be arrested.
Well,
what are you afraid of for your daughter to be, have to be like, hey, let me know where you want to be, where you going, da da da. I need to know your every move. But yeah, I don't know.
2 and 2 ain't adding the 4. It's jumping from 6 to 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It for you as much as against you.
Yeah. No, I understand. I've just people have said, don't give him your phone, don't give him this, don't give him that. So that's why. I mean, I like to cooperate, I do, but in the same spot, it's like, how, I know the way it looks. So.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you telling me that about dumping the phone.
Yeah.
And what you're telling me can certainly make sense, especially with the fact that you came forward with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it makes you look guilty or
Yeah.
anything like that, but I am saying that I need to gather this.
Yep.
Corroborate what you told me.
Yep.
As investigators continued their work, another interview from that same evening would begin to shatter Michael's story. This time, it was his daughter, Cordelia LaFlex, who had her own version of what happened. And her account painted a very different picture.
How's yours and Bryce's relationship been?
Good.
Okay, any abuse or anything like that?
No, not really, no.
Not really?
Talked to Dad's Mike, right? Talked to Dad about your relationship with Bryce and good things, bad things?
Bad things, tense things, I guess, but...
What'd you tell Dad about Bryce and your relationship?
Well, so in perfect honesty, Bryce told me everything about his past. He explained to me, so of course in the relationship I know, right?
Tell me about his past. What did he tell you?
Well, so he was sexually assaulted when he was a kid. And he had not good parents at all. His dad was a meth head and his mother was abusive and his father was abusive as well. She also got an abusive step-husband, everything else. So he spent most of his childhood locked up and been in other things.
You told Dad that?
No, the only thing Dad found out about was just the brief stint as apparently an offender. He tried telling me that tried throwing it in my face that, do you really even know him? Do you know everything about him? And, you know, he's, yeah, pissed. And I said, he's not, he is not, he is never somebody. That is not a truth.
Dad didn't like that he thought Bryce was a offender.
Yep. Well, and it started.
Well, how did that come about then? He had to be on a registry or something for. Right?
Either that or she confided in her dad and told. I'm trying to. She just sprung a lot at one time. I'm just trying to. You know,
She
the
said
only thing Dad found out
was the
about
brief stint.
Okay.
As apparently a. How's that a
So
brief stint?
So I guess maybe, yeah, I guess he.
How's that a brief stint of being a SO?
Yeah, I don't know. Child.
That's not a brief stint, right? I thought you go on the registry for life. Well, I know here, again, this is America. But in Tennessee, where we at, once you go on that bit, you on that bit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to always be on that. I don't know if other states or whatever be like, hey, you on that joint for 2 years. I think if you own it, you should be on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it ain't no coming off of that, you know?
He is not. He is never somebody. That is not a truth.
Dad didn't like that he thought Bryce was a offender.
Yep. Well, and it started some heat because my dad actually was an ex-offender.
No, your dad for many years.
But he had that, and of course that got dropped when the duration filled out. But that was something that was brought up as well, that my dad was a offender, and it was actually a shock to me because he likes to say that as kids that there was signs or whatever, and you know that we knew or something, but I don't actually recall knowing that and knowing for a fact that I knew that was a label on my father. But
how did Dad feel about Bryce being in his mind anyway?
yeah, not the best about it. And
when did you find that out?
that was in June, just before we would have been leaving.
So how's your relationship with Dad?
Fine. I talked to him more than I talked to anyone, and I didn't really talk to anyone while I was gone. Anyone will tell you that. No one really had any communication with me.
Other than Dad?
Yeah, that's about it.
How often do you talk to him?
Once every 2 weeks or something like that.
Once every couple weeks?
Yeah, it was never more than 10 minutes of a phone call.
Are you his only dad?
I'm his eldest. He's got 2, but I've always been a daddy's girl. Headbuttingly as that is.
Yeah.
And of course, he's dad, so he thinks he can just play protector. And yeah.
You heard that part?
Mm-hmm, I heard it. My bad, y'all. I was just looking up because I thought people was on there for like 2, but it says that there are certain exceptions. Some states allow for early termination of registration under certain circumstances. Or whatever those I don't know if you probably got to complete certain programs or something like that.
But my boy, if you are that, you are that.
Oh, it says such as completing a minimum registration period with a clean record, for example.
But if you are that, you are that.
But it says, for example, in Tennessee, individuals convicted of certain, I ain't gonna say the word, but
yeah,
under specific code sections may be eligible for early termination.
I did not, man. That's weird, bro.
But it says or under. Yeah.
So 15, 3, what is it, 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years, like 3 years joint. If you know what to catch the gist of that. But that's weird though. Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that.
And then she's saying my dad was there, so he got out, so
what are you talking about? I thought y'all. How we supposed to know that?
And then it said there were signs, but also she's saying that her dude, yeah, he was, but he ain't no more. It's like you is, bro. At this point, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about the paper. Just because you come out there don't mean that.
And of course, he's dad, so he thinks he can just play protector. And I'm worked up and irritated and crabby.
So you guys decided to come back to Minnesota. Did you tell anybody?
There was less than 10 people that knew. It's weird because the men that took Bryce said something about that. They said something to my father about how there was an outstanding warrant in Arizona, and they mentioned something about Washington. which we didn't even know about the warrant. But
How did Dad say that he got Bryce's phone?
if I'm being perfectly honest to you guys, I screamed at my father and just left my aunt's house because I just found out that information.
So he dumped it in a garbage can.
No, he failed to tell to me that he had both of Bryce's phones, as far as I was known. And
Both? No?
or just the one, and I don't know. I didn't even get to see.
Were we still needing to find a phone?
Bryce had 2 phones on him. As far as I was aware, he had 2 phones and the phones were taken with him. I just found out less than a half hour ago that my father had one of them in possession, or had a phone.
Threw him in a dumpster. So have you talked to him about that?
No, I screamed in his face and told him I'm not sleeping at his house again, and that's where I'm at. He told me, 2 things he told me. First, that the woman in Washington who's pressing charges on Bryce due to property damage, he said that he convinced...
That ain't no warrant. Somebody just randomly come pick your ass up off of some property damage.
But they just make it.
But I'm just saying, like...
nothing makes sense.
Her not to press charges on me, too, apparently. And then he also told me, yes, that he had possession of... I don't know if he said both phones or just one, but he said he had possession of a cell phone and that he was worried someone was tracking it and that they were going to get a hold of me or something, too.
So how did he explain this kidnapping thing that he's explaining?
Well, at first, we thought it was the cops. For all extensive purposes, when he showed up and explained it, he explained it like the police took
When
him.
exactly did he show up and explain it?
Just after 6:30, maybe.
On
Wednesday.
6:30 p.m.?
Yep. They were gone no more than 2 hours before my dad came home.
How long did that
He
take?
said 45 minutes.
45 minutes maybe.
The substantial gap between the time Michael claimed to be gone and the actual 2 hours he was missing quickly raised the suspicions of investigators.
And it was within the first 10 minutes, I texted Bryce. I never got a response.
Is that normal?
Not to get a response?
Yeah.
No.
Does he keep his phone pretty close to him?
Yes.
He got 2 phones.
Yeah. Usually, Bryce and I aren't even that far separated where we need to...
They're gone for 10 minutes, saying they're going to the storage shed. You text them when they're gone after about 10 minutes.
No response. I texted him at 5:50, so it was probably 40 minutes after my first text message. Sorry, I'm blanking on your first name.
Travis.
Sorry, Travis.
So about 5:10 you text him?
Yep, and Travis took pictures of them as well, so they were all time-stamped as well. And yeah, I asked him, I was like, are you planning on coming back for me? And I got no response. I tried to call him, and there was nothing, and then I called my father after that, and there was nothing.
So when you were sending these texts, was your dad back yet?
Nope.
Nobody's back,
No
just
one
you
was
at the
back
house?
yet. Yep.
Okay.
And I got left at the house to shower. So as soon as I was done showering, I'm wondering where everyone is, and the trailer's a little 4x8 with not that much stuff in it. It wasn't going to take longer than an hour to do. It really wasn't.
Is that stuff in the storage shed now?
Yes, it should be. Yep.
Percentage-wise, how full do you think that trailer was for the trip back from?
80% at least.
Okay. Like top to bottom, front to back, 80%?
Yeah. We started at the front and loaded it all the way back, but I definitely know it wasn't loaded to the full top.
Okay.
It definitely wasn't filled in fully.
So, a real serious question. What do you think happened? Honestly.
Real serious answer. I thought he was sitting at a police station somewhere.
You know better now that
You deep down, you don't think that.
At first, initially.
Oh, yeah,
She's saying
true,
at first
true,
when
true,
they
true,
first,
true.
when the dad first came home and told her, she thought that. But then,
but for you
get
to
no
even
call, you get no response with
but
messages.
even,
You getting.
Let me say this, but for you to think that, does Bryce have a criminal past like that? So for you to even think, because say for instance, me and your dad go do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then your dad comes back and he's like, the police got him. You'll be like, what would you say? You'd be like, for fucking what? What did he do?
Yeah, because
they'd be like,
he got strange.
He got a warrant. He had a warrant.
A warrant.
This whole story.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would be like alarming because I'm like, that doesn't make sense. You got a record.
You like a warrant for what? So that's when
I think my mom honestly probably would go straight to.
What the fuck you do?
Even though I know that my dad wouldn't do nothing like that.
You a hoe, so. You just don't.
Okay, you
like
don't know people.
You never know people till they
You don't
do
know
it.
people, but I don't think my dad would do something like that. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't want to think that my dad would do something like that. That's probably a better way to say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be like, police, no. Then I'm going to start calling. Because especially, we'll be back that way. Yeah. It's small. I can call police station and see, like, what's up. Nothing? Okay, yeah. Now I know something. You done did something.
Yeah.
And for what?
It'll take you less than 2 hours to figure out, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's 10 hours.
Yeah, up until yesterday, that's what I still thought, and I was still waiting on a phone call just to hear. In all honesty, I don't even know now. It could be the mob or something that picked him up. I don't even know.
Why the fuck would you think your boyfriend is? How old is her boyfriend?
I don't know his age, but
he said it. He said it earlier.
He said in the beginning, but I wasn't writing it down. But she's 19.
She's 19. I think he said 23.
Maybe, yeah, she's 19. So, and I think also, like she said, like she just probably going off of what her dad said. Her dad. I don't know.
But he is a 2-phone carrier. You know what I'm saying? I got 2.
Maybe he does.
Phone, one for the.
We don't know like everything about Bryce, you know, whatever. But
for you to think the mob though, but like then he's into some shady. If you automatically assume the mob, it picked him up, you know. Yeah. And if that story can be sold to you,
believe your dad that some people kidnapped him?
Yes. In personal honesty, Bryce is not the kind of man, I feel like, who could just be put in a position where someone's going to tell him to go away and he's going to disappear, or he cares about me. And
of course.
And I have his dog. I have all his stuff. He left his wallet in the car at the time, too, and everything. And that had over $1,000 in it of what was our money.
So from our perspective, what do you think common sense kind of tells us?
That something shady is going on. That's how we all feel, is that something shady is going on right now.
Because he wouldn't just leave you.
No, he wouldn't just leave me. And of course the seed has been planted in my head that I'm questioning about my father as well, because...
The last one with him.
Yep. The only thing that came across as suspicious and a red flag in my mind is that Dad made a comment twice about me staying home and him and Bryce going unloading the trailer. That's what I was told. You want to stay here and shower, and Bryce and I will go unload it? And he popped it the first time, and I don't think I really even said anything definitive or commented, but we got talking on something else, and then Bryce came in, and then he asked again, and that's what him and I agreed upon. I was like, okay, that's fine. You two can go unload the trailer, and I'll stay here and I'll shower.
Cordelia not want to come with, or what was the deal? How come she could come with?
Said she was smelly and stuff and needed to shower.
Okay.
Given the suspicious 2-hour gap in Michael's timeline, and the fact that he had just admitted to disposing of Bryce's phone hours before Cordelia's interview, investigators recognized major inconsistencies in his story. They began examining the surrounding areas, estimating how far Michael could have traveled during the time he was unaccounted for. It would soon lead them into the woods outside Merrifield.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like this, and then all these branches were broken off and put in it. Oh, so we gotta
tell them to go live. They can see what
we'll probably need a probe of some sort. It looks like it's a sandy, previously dug area that they broke off branches and stuck them in the ground.
Fresh leaves on top.
And then fresh leaves on top. But it's this
is probably animals.
We kind of dug down with their boots about 6 to 8 inches and don't see anything, but this is probably, it's really odd. Well, there's broken off big branches, medium-sized branches, and little branches that were broken off and stuck in the middle of it. It could be something like that, but somebody put a bunch of broken branches over the top and fresh leaves. Appears to be fresh leaves over the top, and it's kind of a sandy area where the...
Cause that is a disturbed area. Mm-hmm. Not even just because they said they scraped at it with their foot, but that was a previously possibly deep. Also, I want to see has it sunken in a little bit in that area.
The rest of it around here, it might be nothing, but it
might be nothing. Could be something.
The BCA crime scene team arrived shortly after and began processing the site. As investigators dug through the soil, they uncovered the body of 23-year-old Bryce Brogel, buried several feet underground. The Ramsey County medical examiner found Bryce died from a distant gunshot wound to the head, and it was ruled a homicide, confirming he'd been deliberately and fatally shot. By putting the pieces together, contradictions, timelines, and physical evidence, investigators promptly arrested Michael LaFlex.
He probably caught him off guard. I wonder, was it in the back of the head?
He also said a distance.
I heard the distance. Or did you take him out there and make him walk?
But it still had to be arranged. Damn. And then maybe he had to, they loaded, unloaded.
Oh,
and then you had to bury him real fast. Everything happened fast. Because 2 hours is not enough time to kill somebody, put them in the ground, cover it back up, and feet down, and get you know what I'm saying. The hole was already previously dug.
Do we even know for sure that Bryce even came here with you to unload the stuff?
You're not unloading all. My bad. How much stuff was actually? Because she said the trailer was 80%. I don't know.
Everybody 80% different. So I don't know. She said it was a smaller little trailer. It wasn't big, but everything still happened quick because
she had been texting 30 minutes to.
She texted you. You didn't answer. She texted you again.
But he said he took photos too, though.
She texted you again. Bryce didn't respond. She tried to contact her father. He didn't respond. So it's.
Oh yeah, you talking about the 10? Because honestly, if it was a little trailer, just 80% stuff, it probably took them no time to get there, unload this stuff, put it back in. But she did take a shower, so her timing might have been off. Would you take a little 10-minute bird bath shower? Because she said it had just been 10 minutes, but she did say I showered. So you won't take a shower in 10 minutes.
Some people do. Some people take quick showers. I think you just probably thinking about not being there forever, but some people take.
No. I'm just saying.
But yeah. But either way it go, it really doesn't matter as far as I guess that per se, because they still have at least the timestamps of when you tried to text him and him not responding.
Also, his 9 times out of 10, his phone pings.
And then you have his phone ping the time. So yeah.
Timelines and physical evidence. Investigators promptly arrested Michael LaFlex. He was initially charged with second-degree intentional murder in October 2022. In March of 2023, a grand jury indicted LaFlex and charged him with first-degree murder with premeditation, which carries a mandatory life sentence. After a nearly 2-week-long trial, a jury unanimously convicted LaFlex of first-degree murder with premeditation. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. In addition to the life sentence, LaFlex was ordered to pay more than $14,000 in restitution and court fees. For exclusive clips and behind-the-scenes content.
Rest in peace to Bryce, because I'm still trying to.
I'll say this. I do feel like the daughter downplayed the situation between her and Bryce. I do think it's a possibility the abuse.
Yeah.
But she's trying to downplay it, because I've seen women in those situations, they do downplay it, it wasn't.
Especially when using a verb, it's not really. What's not really? It's either yes no or no. Yes. Yeah. Yes or no. Yeah.
Yeah. So and. A lot of fathers ain't trying to see their daughter.
Not necessarily physical, but probably verbal, which is still, but I guess maybe she's like, it's not physical, but it's so really not what you probably would deem it to be. But I don't know, but still.
And a lot of some fathers don't want to see their daughter go through that. So, unfortunately, he took the matters into his own hands, which is not deemed the most justice thing. I can see some people hey, if you was this, some people will validate that and say, hey, if you was seeing your daughter go through that with bruises and
stuff like this happen, and I've seen people in comment sections basically validating it and kudos to you. So I don't know.
But at the end of the day, we really don't know the truth behind it.
Yeah, we don't know all of that, but still, rest in peace.
Yeah. Hey, man. Y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go over the name DJ New Kid. This is. We are. We out.
Go and get it. Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar.